The Cougars take their 19-8 record into the Section 7 4A tournament as the top seed. In the quarterfinal round, they meet the Coon Rapids Cardinals, and the Cougars take care of business in straight sets. Semifinal round versus the number 5 seed Forest Lake Rangers. 5 Cougars record 6+ kills, including Elena Hakey with 14. And the Cougars never trailed. They win in straight sets and move on to the section final, where they meet a familiar foe in the number 2 seeded Andover Huskies. Last meeting a month and a half ago, and the hits were flying. Hakey 13 kills for the Cougars, and she had plenty of help from her teammates. Huskies' Allie Deneke kept pace, but Cougars' block party too strong, as the lineup of Hakey, Nora Leeser, Addison Kemper, Aubrey Werkela proved to be too much firepower. But alas, they meet again. Section 7 4A championship and a trip to Grand Casino Arena on the line. Winner moves on to state. Cougars, Huskies, coming up next on North Metro TV.
Welcome into Centennial High School here in the West Gymnasium, the site of the Section 7 Girls 4A Championship game. These two teams, the top 2 seeds in the section, both the Huskies of Andover, the Cougars of Centennial, 1 win away from the state tournament. Alongside Shelly Deegan, the Spring Lake Park boys volleyball coach, I'm Matt Dean. Happy to bring in you a great matchup in girls high school volleyball. And Shelly, we talked about it a little bit in kind of our lead into the broadcast, but Andover, Centennial, they're conference foes, they're section foes. They're familiar with each other.
Yes, very familiar.
Centennial very dominant in that first win, but I think when you look at it from an Andover perspective, Connie Huberty and her team are going to feel like they've figured some things out since a very early in the season matchup when they were swept by Centennial.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Connie is an excellent coach. She has been around, her experience, what she brings to her teams each year, consistency, competitiveness, all the way. I'm expecting to see a pretty good fight tonight.
We're going to highlight a couple of players to watch out for in this game, and Allie Deneke, undoubtedly the one to watch. 13 kills against Duluth East. She's been the kills leader, just shy of 250 on the season, averaging about 3 per set. So she is the one to watch, and probably one of the better uncommitted seniors in the state. Watch out for number 11, the outside hitter for Andover. And one of the reasons for optimism for the Huskies, they have a lot of experienced seniors in the hitting positions, but they've integrated 2 new setters. All their back row players are basically new to varsity this season. So early in the year, they were kind of still getting those players adjusted with the seniors helping bring them along, and they feel like they have got an opportunity here to knock off this Centennial team. And a lot of weapons that the Cougars can go to, but most often it's going to be the Golden Gopher commit, Elena Hakey, one of the finalists, one of 5 for the Miss Baden Volleyball Award. And I mean, Shelly, you talked about how dominant this block was for the Cougars in the first matchup. Elena Hakey, a big reason for that right up the middle.
Yeah, she's so much fun to watch. She is just such a standout. Looking forward to seeing her in her college career here. A local girl, done good.
Headed to the University of Minnesota, 3.5 kills per set and about a block every other set. Hakey She's been playing varsity volleyball since she was a freshman. She has led the Cougars in kills the last 3 seasons. She was the blocks leader as a freshman as well, too. And the only remaining real regular rotation player from that state tournament team when the Cougars last made it to the big dance in 2022. Hoping to do it for the first time since. They made it to the section final last year, but fell to the 2 seed in the Anoka Tornadoes. Head coaching matchup, we mentioned Connie Huberty, 23rd season at Andover and one of the more experienced head coaches in the state, and also the head softball coach at Andover, so loves the multi-sport athletes.
Oh yeah, and she has done a great job with the girls program, also helping out with the boys program. Great to see that involvement going both ways.
Nicole Christensen, who is in her 3rd year as the head coach here at Centennial, a Forest Lake alum, spent many years, 10 years on the varsity staff with her old head coach, who she just had her team knock off at Forest Lake in the semifinals. So a lot of high school experience prior to taking her first head coaching job. A couple of years at Anoka Ramsey Community College as well, too, doing it at the collegiate level and trying to get her first state tournament trip under her belt as a head coach here at Centennial. Should be a great matchup. Andover, the 2 seed, Centennial, the 1. In past years in this section, this has been played at a neutral venue, sometimes in Blaine, sometimes up at North Branch, but a big edge for the Cougars to be able to play it in their home gym here and try to finish it off in Circle Pines. Tegan Gross, who is one of the 2 setters in the 6-2 offense here for the Huskies, will get us underway with the opening serve. Manthe with a quick set, and right at the line there, Addie Kemper thumps it down here for Centennial.
Great patience there with that tight ball, that one-hand set. Timing on that hitter, knowing what to do with that ball.
Manthe had 14 assists in the 3-set sweep on Tuesday night. She was outstanding. And a good set there and a less than ideal pass, but a little cross-court corner kill there, and Allie Deneke will get Andover on the board, tied at 1. Deneke was an all-conference pick last year as a junior. She is also an outstanding track athlete, not this past spring, but the year before. So at the end of her sophomore year, she had a gruesome foot injury that folks had talked about might be the end of her athletic career. Chase Manthe, a little dump set there for Centennial, but Deneke tremendously worked her way back, had an all-conference season last year, and has had her best season of her career this year, number 11 for Andover. Nora Leisure there with the serve for Centennial. Hakey with the swat back up there at the line. Andover tries again. Little fist at it by Kylie Fish. Not able to get it over. And our first back-to-back points of the night here going to Centennial. Leisure will get the serve again. Second-year varsity player here for Centennial. She was one of the 5 hitters on Tuesday night that had at least 6 kills for the Cougars. So as much as you can talk about how good Hakey is, the Cougars have a lot of talent and a lot of good hitters that they surround her with. That's going to be an overswing by Allie Deneke. Attack error for the Huskies, and the Cougars have scored 4 straight. 4-1, the Centennial advantage, and Leisure will put it into the net. That was a little bit of an area of improvement for the Cougars the other night when they swept Forest Lake. The serving game, they did commit 8 service errors, including 4 in the first set on Tuesday night here in Circle Pines. Manthe, a little bump set pass, and gets it to Aubrey Workala. She's back in her usual number 11 jersey. She was confusing us wearing 15 the other night. The number 11 jersey has been recovered, and Workala is back in her usual 1-1 uni. Manthe get the little bump pass slid along there to Workala, who smashed it over again. Hickey with the initial contact, but got it to Matthew. Cross-court swing, not going to go. There for work, a little bit out of system there for Centennial, and that's the 3rd point for Andover.
Yeah, Matthew's back there serving the ball and coming in from the back row for setting. Out of system balls. Better communication needed at that time.
Huskies get this one underway with the last serve delivered by Jada Johnson. Over swing by Centennial, and the Huskies notch their first back-to-back points of the day. They're within 1. Manthe setting there for number 10, Annabelle Steinhoff. And again, there's the diversity in the attack for Centennial. Steinhoff, Workala, and Kemper all notching a kill here in the early goings for Centennial. Makes it so tough to prepare for. Right, Shelley, when you don't know where it's coming from. It's not just Hickey who's got the serve here.
No, so many attackers on your team. Moving that ball around, you have to be ready for anything.
How about Hickey playing the back row there to keep it up, and Kemper finished off the play. I mean, this might be Miss Volleyball right here in Circle Pines, and that's why she can hit from a lot of different spots. She plays the back row, pretty adept server, and how about the dig there to lay out?
Nice reach for that ball. Good control, even on that dive.
6'3" senior as that one's glanced off the block. And a point here is Ava Shaw notching the kill there for Andover. Shaw, tremendous multi-sport athlete, plays basketball, track and field, and volleyball. She is the school record holder at Andover in the high jump, the long jump, and the triple jump.
Oh, multi-sport athletes there. Way to go, girls. Yeah.
That's number 14 we're talking about for Andover. One knocked through here by Steinhoff on the right side. Cougars handle it. Manthe back setting and looking.
Nice slide. Nice slide.
That is the 3rd kill.
Tooling it off the block.
Kemper.
Looking for the hands. Outside hand. Nice tool.
Deneke got the hand to it, but nice shot placement there from Kemper. Averages about 2 kills per set. She's got 3 so far here in the opener for Centennial. They lead at 8-5. They go back to Deneke. Runs it into the block, put up by Kemper and the Cougars. 9-5 and all over that left-sided attack there for Deneke. Second service error, though, for Centennial. Is going to give one back to the Huskies. 9-6 with Centennial still in front. They have not trailed yet in this set. They did not trail at all on Tuesday night in the sweep against Forest Lake. As that attack was denied, Nora Leeser swinging away, but the Andover block centered by Kylie Fish, a 5'9" senior, with the denial there.
If you look at the area where Centennial is setting, they're not setting the ball tight on the net. It's about 3 feet off the net, giving the hitter a little bit more angle to put the ball where they want it to go.
Now Addie Kemper is swinging away right now for Centennial. Her 4th kill.
Oh.
Division II commit to UC Colorado Springs, and she is that very nice second option at the middle blocker position that head coach Nicole Christensen has to work with, along with Hickey. 3 ball over from Johnson. Hickey handling it in the back row. This one flipped back over here by Centennial. They get it around to Deneke. Tip back over to the Cougars. They receive the free ball. Get it to the setter, Manthe. Her set off the line, and really just Andover outlasting the Cougars there.
Looking like she wanted to have a 31 set there, but not communicated to the outside hitter.
So that is 3 in a row here to Andover. Gets him back within 2. Hickey with another serve receive. Manthe tried to sneak in the dump set. Came right back to her. Jousted over by Leisure, but point awarded there to Andover.
All right, we're seeing Andover from the first match really kind of making adjustments and hopefully probably watch film and looking at everything that Centennial did, and they're doing really good right now.
It's an experienced group. 5 seniors in kind of the 8-player rotation, and Addison Kemper stays red hot here for Centennial to win the serve back. It breaks the 4-0 Andover run. But we talked about it last year. Andover had 2 senior setters, so they had to integrate Tegan Gross, Caitlin Eisinger into the lineup, a new libero, and a lot of the back row players. And that is a big reason they feel like they can flip the result of that sweep from the first go-around. Nice hit there from Danica Lenz, the senior from the left side pin. Allie Deneke, she's got 36 aces. Second on the team, serving away. It's around to Nora Leisure, who claws one back here for the Cougars. Back and forth first set. Cougars, though, have led by a handful of points throughout it, and it's back to a 2-point cushion. Here comes Leisure, who's a sophomore that's second on the team and kills and blocks behind Hakey. And Hakey couldn't quite get that block down inbounds, so in a kill here to Allie Deneke. And Andover, the seesaw swings back in their favor. Maya Roders, that new libero for head coach Connie Huberty this year, sophomore, 5'6". Right-handed jump serve here. Handcuffed Hakey, and it's down for the first service ace of the game. Deceptive serve there from the libero, Roder. That's her 34th ace this year, 3rd most on the team. Hakey, little soft shot to get it over. Yeah, it was Gross with the up. Hakey tips it off the block, and Deneke can't handle the deflected shot in the back row. Nice effort by number 6 for Andover to keep that play alive, but Hakey able to finish it for her first kill for Centennial.
It's so much fun watching defense pick up pancakes. Now we had that deflection there off the block that they couldn't pick up, but they're few and far between when you find those pancakes on the floor.
An overswing in the serve there by Chase Manthe, and that one area where maybe the Cougars were lacking in an otherwise very good night Tuesday creeping up. They've got 3 errors here on the serve in the first set. That has kept Andover in this game, knotted up at 13 now. Manthe back setting, and Hakey with all kinds of thunder behind that one knocks it down for her second. It's just a different sound when it's coming off Hakey's hands. That was a lightning bolt down on the court. And now it's Hakey here to serve. Back row attack flipped over by Deneke. Manthe with a quick set to Kemper. Nicked it off the block. Overpass. Steinhoff couldn't slam it down for Centennial. Oh, and a miscue on that end as it bats off the wrists of Jada Johnson.
You want to be aggressive. Yeah, you want to be aggressive with the ball, but you got to be able to call that ball and you got to be the first one to call it. But you have to call it.
You'd rather have 2 people calling it than 2 people staring at each other not calling it.
True.
15-14 here after the service error from Centennial. That's their 4th of the set. Block there from Steinhoff and Kemper. Huskies get it over. Hakey with the impromptu set there on the bump. Rocked through by Werkala. Huskies return fire. And that one knocked off the block there by Deneke for another kill for the Huskies. That's the third we've got for Deneke. 15 all here in the opening set. Playing to 25 in the best of 5. Talked about this a little bit on Tuesday night. Winning the first set, I mean, so important in the best of 5 format as Kemper slams that through. She's been the leader in the Centennial offense here. Centennial, when they win the first set, are 9-1 this year. The Huskies, when they take the first set, are 7-1. In best of 5s only this year, disregarding the best of 3s they play in tournament competition. And a little joust up of the net, won by Centennial. So both times the Cougars have responded from it being tied up to score the next two, 13-13 and 15-15. Cougars back with a 2-point lead. A little bit of a scramble here.
Ball. Let's see what they're going to do with it.
Manthe to Kemper, right into the block. Back on the Cougar end. Oh, an overpass on the set. And how about that reach? Nora Leeser.
That was a great, yeah, that was,
that ball gadget arms for that one.
Set right tight on that net, you know, just trying to save that ball really, and that reach over the block.
That was a set from the middle blocker, Addie Kemper. Not bad. 3 in a row for Centennial since it was tied at 15.
That's nice.
That battle won by
It's a nice one-hand set, but the blocker's right on top of that.
That is 4 in a row for the Cougars. Timeout taken, I believe they announced it coming from the Andover end, and Connie Huberty, and a chance for the Huskies to round up here. Here's that last point on the joust up of the net. Now, I mean, that's what you're talking about, the extension that the Cougars get, Shelly, over the net. The fact that they have 3 or 4 players that can reach over the net and kind of create that little cave action and stop you on the block, it's so tough to game plan against.
As a coach, we have this saying, you can't coach tall. But even with the tall girls on Centennial, they really have great jumps. They've got great verticals, and just adds to that pressure, the press that they put over that net.
All right, so here's how Centennial got to this point. We walked you through it, start of the broadcast. 3-set sweep of Coon Rapids. 3-set sweep here in Tuesday night against Forest Lake. Andover had to battle a little bit in their Tuesday night win against Duluth East. Won the first set. Duluth East tied it up in the second before the Huskies took the last 2. The first 3 sets of that match at the bottom of your screen were all within 3 points. Allie Deneke led the way with 13 kills.
Duluth East has a great program, and you know, being up north and not seeing the Metro teams as much, kind of hard to give them perhaps a fair seeding number. But yeah, I know coaching in the past and playing against Duluth East, they would always be strong, always.
It's a tough school to schedule because Duluth East, to play 4A competition, basically have to come to the Metro.
Yep, you're pretty much seeing them
4A school.
Seeing them in tournaments, and then of course you're maybe playing a 2 out of 3 set. Sometimes just 2 sets, depending on the format.
Cross-court swing didn't quite toe the line there from Tegan Gross, so Centennial the longest run of the match so far at 5-0 Cougars. Swung back over by the libero Roeder. Leeser slams it down here for Centennial. Another point to the Cougars, 21-16, and they're 4 away from going up 1-0. We mentioned this is a rematch of an early September matchup. The Cougars have in fact won the last 3 meetings. That one flipped over. Good diving attempt to try to get the up there for Steinhoff, but a point falls to the Huskies there with Deneke with the last touch.
Okay. Gross going back to serve now. Let's see if she can get her team going, get something behind them.
Breaks up a 6-1 run for the Cougars. Steinhoff with the up. Manthe, a little running bump set. Hakey out of system, has to just flip it back over. They get it through to Deneke. It took a glance off the block on its way down, and a point for the Huskies. We've got 6 for Deneke now. Talked about kind of her journey coming back from injury. Allie Deneke, part of an outstanding athletic family. Her dad was a football player at the University of Minnesota. Her older brother, Luke, I covered in some high school football games a couple of years ago. He was an all-state wide receiver for the Huskies, currently a redshirt freshman at the University of Minnesota Duluth, leading the Bulldogs in receiving this year, and Centennial will win that rally to get 3 away here in the first set.
Andover takes their second timeout.
Andover will use their second and final remaining timeout of the set. There's number 11, Deneke. She's been strong with the 6 kills. Part of that really good athletic family we were talking about, the Denekes. But hasn't been enough here with the Centennial starting to open up a lead. Just a little rally there, and we at times seen Andover scramble a little bit back in their own end like that, and can't afford to make too many mistakes if you want to knock off the number 1 seed here in Centennial, and that's what the Huskies are trying to do here tonight. Nicole Christensen picked up her 50th win the other night as the Cougar head coach the last 3 years. Came against her alma mater in Forest Lake. And we got a few extra officials that can jump in if we need them here tonight. I don't know if they're wearing the right uniform, but it's a referee uniform. Starting to get some Halloween costumes popping up here. Halloween Eve in Circle Pines.
Being a referee, I have no comment on this.
Hakey, right out of the timeout, picks up her 3rd. Centennial with a point. They're 2 away from going up 1-0. How about that?
Instagram.
There's Manthe picking up the loose scraps on the net front.
There we go. There's the threat, the 5-1 setter in the front row. That was a perfect time to do that.
Second kill for the setter. And she's able to take advantage, the lefty, Chase Manthe. Set point here to Centennial. Blocked by Hakey, that's down. And the Cougars will take the opening set. They take the last 4 points to go up 1-0 here in the match, 25-18. Centennial with a 1-0 lead here in the best of 5. And the Cougars jumping out to the lead here early in Circle Pines. 2 sets away are Centennial from punching their way through to the state tournament. We'll come back for the second set. Coming your way next on North Metro.
If they keep it tight, I'm hoping they get a set here.
25-18, the Cougars taking it in set number 1 here in Circle Pines. It was tied at 15 apiece late in that first set. The Cougars finished things out by going on a 10-3 run to jump out to the 1-0 lead. And we talked about this in the intro for Centennial. It's not just the Elena Hakey show. She had 3 kills in the first set. Addie Kemper, the other middle, had 7. And a lot of what we saw on Tuesday night, 6 different hitters recorded kills for Centennial in the first set. So despite the standout performance from Allie Denicky on the other end for Andover, I think the Huskies, they had some moments, Shelly, but not clean enough volleyball if you're going to knock off the number 1 seed.
Yeah, you've got to have the errors, the mental errors, okay? The ball control, you just got to be on top of it. And we're at that point in the season here where this is high stakes ball. And hopefully Connie has talked to them and gotten them on the right course for their mindsets to be here. Hey, this is possible. This is possible. They were right in it, neck and neck.
The Cougars have won 3 straight matchups against Andover. So you go back to the section quarterfinal matchup at the end of the 2023 season, and Centennial have now won 10 straight sets against Andover. Of course, very different teams from a couple of years ago, but worth noting in the all-time series the last few years, Huskies will draw first blood here in set number 2 to take their first lead of the match. It was either tied or Huskies trailing for the entirety of that first set. Allie Denicky whips it away. Matthew setting to Hakey, little teardrop shot, and she's able to level it up at 1-1. 3 kills for Hakey unofficially in the first set. Came off a 14-kill performance on Tuesday, and she now has double-digit kills in 4 straight matches, including the first 2 of the section playoffs. Centennial have won 6 matches in a row, and 9 of their last 10 coming into this section final. An attack error for the Huskies will give Centennial the 2-1 advantage. Had a chance to talk to Coach Christensen a little bit earlier this week, and she said that the way Centennial finished the year, big reasons for it, they played a really tough schedule early in the year in the non-conference to test themselves by design. That one pushed too strong by Aubrey Werkela out the back. And then the other thing, they modified their lineup a little bit, moved to the 1-setter offense, and they started doing a alignment where a middle blocker would follow the setter. And she said that made a big difference in the way that the Cougars were able to play down the stretch. There's Hakey with the big swing and lays that one down for Centennial. She's had a couple here in this second set.
Yeah, that switch with the middle following the setter really gives more options for that middle hitter to be swinging on the outside, or not the outside, the left side, right side, and just really create confusion for the other team. Like where are they going next? Where's that ball going to be set? Oh.
A little bit of hesitation there from the up official, so I think he was making sure that they ruled that just tipped off the Centennial block there. And it looked like that's the right call.
Looks like, yep.
Got the pinky at number 10, Annabelle Steinhoff. Good call. They have to call it in real time. We just get to look at it on the slow-mo replay. Elena Hakey right back to work here for Centennial. And back and forth we go here in set number 2, 4-3 Cougars.
And that was another kill on the right side for her, so swinging outside there. Just opens up so much for that lateral movement for the middle to just be such a threat between the 3 spot and the 9 spot on the net.
Now Hakey trying to kiss the tape, couldn't quite flip it over, and Cougars with their first service error of the set, their 5th of the match so far. Andover, a pretty good serving team. They did not have an error serving in the first set and came in 88% as a team this year. Werkela up, able to clip that through the block. Did they call net violation there?
The ball caught the antenna, so automatic out. Line judge caught it. And there's our other referees in the stands. Again, no comment. It is Halloween. Let them have their fun.
There's the antenna hit from Aubrey Workala, who's now going to be the one back serving for Centennial. Workala, third-year varsity player. Hickey with the first touch in the back row. A little flip shot by Manthe in the dump set. Cougars get into it in system. Up the middle, Annabelle Steinhoff, the 6'1" sophomore.
That was a great swing. Great swing. That set was 2.5 feet off the net, and she's able to take that angle and avoid that block. And that cut right on that angle in the court still. That is just a great shot.
Averaging just shy of a kill and a half per set is Steinhoff and Aubrey Workala.
Aubrey's getting in a rhythm here in the back line.
Ace for the Cougars. They got the 7-5 lead. Through the middle with it, and Centennial a little disjointed as it tips down for the Andover point. Eva Shaw, 5'10" senior, with the serve here for the Huskies. Right side of attack, trying to pull that cross court, but pulled it wide. That one off the line from Steinhoff. Back-to-back points for the Huskies, and we're back even at 7 apiece. Overpass, knocked back over by Manthe. And that'll be the point here to Andover.
Okay, so the question here is setter back row block. Coach for a second there thought she was front row.
3 in a row for the Huskies. We lead at 8-7 here in the second. Cougars took the first set 25-18. Leeser strong to go right through the block. Huskies recover, get it back over the swing by Johnson. Manthe with a quick set. Oh, Kemper absolutely hammers it down for Centennial.
Great control from the setter, Manthe there. She that tight on the net, keep it staying out of the net, and getting that ball set up for someone. That's great. And then the know-how of the hitters to realize that, hey, that ball is set tight. We got to be on our toes, ready to get that set she's giving us.
7 kills for Kemper now as that one smashed through the middle by Allie Deneke, her 7th to lead the Huskies. And back even up at 8 apiece. Oh, that was the middle, beg your pardon. Kylie Fish with the last kill. Oh, ripped at by Leisure. The up from the Husky end, act of desperation there in the third contact.
Great
Roeder
effort.
couldn't get it over.
When you're trying to take that speed off a hard hit ball like that, absorbing on your pass, and it still yet hits the ceiling.
Leisure goes cross court, Roeder with the dig. And that one out the back line, a little bit too much on it from Danica Lenz. And the Cougars retake the lead.
Kemper back on the line here. Nice short little.
Hickey goes up with Manthe for the block there. Andover tries again. Manthe setting to Leisure. And that's out the back, point Andover. This is our 4th tie score of the second set. Got a little bit of back and forth going between the student sections right now. Little substitution coming on.
Oh, looks like we had a little medical timeout there.
Jada Johnson, the one being attended to. She's back in. Deneke, the one back serving. Sang with the up from the libero spot. They get him around to Elena Hakey. Centennial breaks another tie score. And Hakey now to her 8th kill. All Deneke could do back there, try to make the kick save. And there's an ace serve from Nora Leisure. Second Centennial's had here in this set. They've made a few mistakes on the serve. Normally a team that'll pick up some aces, though. That's their second here in this frame. Leisure serving again.
Right through the seam.
That's another ace, but again, that's a little bit of a communication breakdown from the Andover back row. A 3-0 run for the Cougars. Last two on the serves from Leisure. Sophomore deals. That one collected by Roeder. Passed along by Deneke. Johnson got it over out of system. Middle Manthe with the dump back over. Pushed over by Johnson. Good taste by Workala.
Just a little wide. Nice idea, just a little wide.
That is 4 in a row for Centennial. It'll draw another timeout coming over there from the Andover bench. And Connie Huberty, we mentioned, in her 23rd season coaching at Andover. She's been a high school coach for 38 seasons. Stints either as a head coach or an assistant at Archbishop Brady, South St. Paul, St. Paul Central, Irondale, her alma mater, and then has been at Andover since the early 2000s. And you see the new head coach at Centennial, Nicole Christensen, here in her 3rd year, getting the Cougars organized as Centennial leads it 14-10, already up 1-0 here in the match. Cougars 3-time state tournament participants in school history. They made their last trip in 2022. That was the final year that Jackie Rebhein-Manthe was still the head coach here at Centennial. They also made back-to-back trips in 2009, 2010, and they were just shy of another trip, losing to Anoka in the section final last year. And you've got a lot of shoes to fill when you were a coach at Centennial High School. You see all the state tournament trips across all the sports back in the big board back there.
I remember that final last year. I was a line judge on that game.
It's a good section. It's been fun because there are a lot of competitive teams in the section. Allie Deneke swinging that one wide. Different kind of champions every year. Sometimes Centennial, sometimes Anoka. Andover haven't even been to a section final in a while, but a good program, as we talked about, under Connie Huberty. This is the first section final appearance for Andover since 2018. Dump set by Manthe will score one here for the Cougars.
You look at that again. She's front row setter.
That time she was in the front row.
Yeah.
Legal play.
Legal play.
Leisure with another serve, the sophomore for Centennial. And Leisure handles the serve receive. Hakey finishes the play for Centennial. We've got her at 9, and she is well on her way to a 5th straight game of double-digit kills.
Yeah, she looked like she had to adjust a little bit on that, because she can reach that ball. So that ball was lower for her, but she's able to get a real good handle on it.
Leisure with her 3rd service ace in this sequence here for Centennial. Another timeout coming from Coach Huberty in Andover. 18-10, and that is the largest lead I believe that Centennial have had at any point in these first 2 sets, up by 8.
Yeah, this is 8 straight points. Is it?
Another ace here. I think it
'Cause
should
it
be
was
because
tied
it's been
10-10.
Leisure serving the whole time.
Yeah,
10,
it was tied.
10,
Yeah, 10-10.
Yep, to 18-10. You're correct. So 10 in a row here for the Cougars. Yep, breaking up that, or 8 in a row rather, breaking up that 10-all score.
Well, aggressive serving is kind of making havoc back there between the libero and Deneke. The libero, where should go? Sang.
Maya Roeder back there.
Oh no,
Libero
wrong
for
team. Sorry.
Andover.
looking at my notes.
All right, Leisure, who's had 3 service aces as part of this 8-0 Centennial run. Keep the hot hand rolling here with the sophomore. She gets it away. Jada Johnson, little shovel shot over. Manthey, back set to Hakey. She sneaks around to that right side pin and lays it down. A 9-0 Centennial run. That looks right in the breadbasket. Talked about how she had to adjust a little bit in that last shot. Hakey to 10 kills and another ace here for Nora Leisure. And the floodgates opening up for the Cougars right now with a 10-0 run to take a 20-10 lead.
Confidence is a little bit low right now. They just swapped out the original player for the libero, Roeder.
That is Ava Shaw, who just came in to play the back row, and Centennial Andover unable to stem the tide here with another point. It's been Leisure the whole time. Setting is Gross. Blocked up with the net by Manthey and Hakey. They'll try again, tip it through the block. Pass by Leisure, tip shot, that time by Workala, and that's denied. Kylie Fish and 16 Danica Lenz in there for the stop. Cougars rarely out of system, and Andover takes advantage. I think that was 10 Fish that got the hand on it, but 10 and 16 Fish and Lenz going up for the block, it looked like. It breaks that 10-all run. Hakey screams it through the other side. Did not hit an Andover block, so out the back and an Andover point.
Rare long ball by her.
Libero Maya Roeder with the serve, handled by Sang. Her libero counterpart. That one thumped through by Aubrey Workala. Well, on a team full of redwood trees, Workala can be a little overlooked,
Really,
but she's got some hops.
That's a good description.
She can get up there with all the tall gals that she plays with. 5'8", but all kinds of vert.
Okay, we've got substitute in for Matthew.
Now this is
Cordemont, the junior setter.
The
Okay.
backup setter, Eden Cordemont. I know last year Centennial were running a 5-2, and I think they have for parts of this season. So Cordemont, the juniors, got plenty of varsity setting experience. She sends it off the net, and it's just flipped back over by Steinhoff through the block. Cougars keep it alive. There's Steinhoff off the top of the tee. Cougars by 10 here in the second set. Cordemont passing. Oh, miscommunication there. Maybe with the new setter in, Cougars not quite on the same page there, and Cordemont is going to come off. Manthey right back in.
Well, the team that has been setting out a system or players stepping in for what we call a second ball set, Centennial has been doing a great job when the setter has been taken out of that second ball touch. The rest of the team really stepping up. Great placement for giving your hitters an opportunity to be aggressive with the ball. Andover struggled with that during that 8-point run.
That was a first service error that the Huskies have had. Out of bounds from Caitlin Eisinger, one of the 2 setters.
Denver Hogberg is in to serve now. Play back for him.
Ripped through by Workala. Nice adjustment there by Workala to keep it alive after it knocked through the block. She couldn't stay with it, and Andover will get the point. Now there's Hogberg.
It's one of those plays where the blockers are playing a rebound.
Cross court, not going to land in for Annabelle Steinhoff. Back-to-back points for the Huskies, and they were within 8. Remember, at one point, Centennial led this 21-10.
Johnson back to serve.
Johnson with the ace.
Right through the seam.
3-0 run as Heike will take back over, replacing Hogberg in the back row. So big lead, couple of reserve players coming in, but as Andover starts to get back into it, Centennial are going to play it safe, bring back in a lot of the starters. Cross-court attack, and Steinhoff unable to get it over the net. 4 in a row here for the Huskies. Timeout going to be taken here by Nicole Christensen and Centennial. And just a little bit disjointed here from the Cougars. We saw him bring in Hogberg, bring in the backup setter for a couple of plays, and just not been able to get organized after going on that 10-0 run to take the big lead. Still a little bit of cushion here, but this is seems like a good timeout from Centennial to make sure you don't want to blow a 10-point lead you had earlier this season.
No, a good opportunity to be able to get some other players in, to get them some court experience, especially at this part of the season heading into the state tournament. But you always want to be out there, and you want to play. You want to play to win. You don't want to play to lose. You don't want to be safe. So you want to be aggressive.
What was earlier a 11-0 Cougar run, Huskies have made it interesting by scoring 4 in a row. And
Johnson still back on that line.
Johnson, a 5'10" senior, one of, probably a dozen or so players that play their club volleyball at Minnesota Selects. Lenz, Deneke, Kemper, Heike, all for varying teams that play at Minnesota Selects, just to name a few that are part of the senior class. So knocked through by Kemper and mishandled on the Andover end. Again, a little bit of a lack of communication here, and it's going to set up set point here for Centennial, a point away from going up 2-0 in the best of 5.
Back on that line again. She had a good rhythm before. She likes going cross court from the opposite side. Very nicely.
Big swing by Deneke, handled by the Cougars, but they'll give it back with a free ball. Nancy setting up the middle from the back row goes Steinhoff. So the second set goes to the Cougars. Similar score to the first, but in a much different fashion. Cougars raced out to a 20-10 lead. Andover made it interesting, but the Cougars go up 2-0 in the best of 5 as we leave you here for the second set break on North Metro TV.
Lino Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lino Lakes is a safe, fun, and affordable community that values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lino Lakes.
At 25-17, Cougars take it in the second set. They got a 2-0 lead headed to the third, and Jackie Rebheim-Manke, the former Cougar head coach, looking on, and her daughter a big part of the second set, where the Cougars kind of kept it rolling from what we saw in the first, and the big deciding factor, an 11-0 run that Centennial had, or it was 10-1, 10-0 that made it a 10-point swing for Centennial. And although Andover battled back and made it interesting, the Cougars closed it out, and they have the 2-0 advantage show.
Yeah, the strong serving that was on the back line really caused havoc in the back row for Andover. The confidence level between Deneke and Rodur kind of collapsed back there, but I know Deneke was encouraging and trying to get her back in the game.
So Allie Deneke, again, 6 kills here tonight. The senior has been the leader in the attack for Andover for much of this season, and she impressed in the second set, but not enough for the multifaceted attack of the Centennial Cougars. The Cougars, when they go up 2-0 in best of 5s this year, are 9-0 this season. Andover have been down 0-2 5 times and lost each match, but they're going to have to dig themselves out of this hole to reach the state tournament for the first time in 14 years. These are across to Steinhoff. Free ball over here for Andover to start the second set. Little tip shot jousted over there by Deneke. Manthe able to tip it through. Jousting there with Deneke. And Andover with the 4th hit. They're unable to get it over. And the Cougars draw first blood here in set number 3. Not a clean point, but Cougars will take it.
No, a lot of pinball, basically.
Maybe a little plinko up there at the net. That one is going to be a point for the Cougars. Big block set up there. Leeser and Hakey going up in tandem for the stuff. 2-0 Cougar lead. The senior middle blocker Addie Kemper delivered it. Initial contact, but a point for the Cougars. Libero Maya Roeder kind of tapping her chest, saying, "My bad." Had the first touch on the serve receive. There's Roeder again. Gets it up clean this time. And the pass across is down from Danica Lenz. Setting was taken gross there.
It was a left-handed push. That was a good push down the line there for her.
Allie Deneke with a jump serve. Hakey handles. Manthe with a dump set. Finds the seam there at the other end. Manthe's chipped in 4 today, along with all the assists she's racking up here tonight.
Yeah, when the setter's in the front row, your defenses really kind of have to be focused on her and be ready to pick up that dump, but she's been able to score almost every time.
Eva Shaw able to tip it over. Batted back by Hakey, and Hakey right there to form the block. Danica Lenz ran it into the wall, put up by Centennial.
If you can see the press on that ball from just above her elbow, pressing over the net.
Is a Miss Volleyball champ going to break out at some point tonight here in Circle Pines. That one, cross-court kill, laid down by Allie Deneke for a point for the Huskies.
That was a nice cut on the inside.
That'll net the Huskies their second. Ava Shaw rotates back to her spot here for Andover. I mentioned the 3-sport athlete, basketball player, tremendous track and field athlete. Aubrey Werkela will smash that one onto the floor for Centennial.
Oh, Werkela's only 5'8". She really got up on that ball.
I would like a vertical jump
Yeah.
measurement. I might request that from Aubrey after the game today. It's good. Elena Hakey up there with a putback for Centennial. Cougars looking calm, cool, and collected here with the 2-0 lead and keeping up the aggressiveness. Nicole Christensen's got the stress ball over there.
Which is
even up 2-0. She's still working it. Kylie Fish knocking that one through. But she is going to stay stressed until the final whistle sounds and the Cougars have punched their ticket to state. Then she might relax a little bit.
Oh, I know that feeling, yes.
Out of bounds on the serve. And it goes back here to Elena Hakey with the Cougars leading it 8-3. And what you worry about if you're Coach Christensen and the Cougars is a little bit of a let-off for Centennial when they take the 2-0 lead, but that does not seem to be the case here for the Cougars. Manthe setting, Workala, nice reaction there to handle the deflection when it came right back to her. Manthe could not pass that off the net. And the Huskies notch the point here to get it back within 3.
Yep. That was another tight ball, back row setter, making that choice whether you're going to try and stay out of the net or just play it like that.
Jada Johnson, and not what the Huskies need right now, another service error. That is 3 in the match, second here of the 3rd set so far. Aubrey Workla swinging away here for Centennial. Get it around to the top outside hitter, Deneke. Nice up there in the back row by Steinhoff. Kept the play alive for Centennial. Manthe setting to Addie Kemper. Nice little adjustment there from Kemper. It looked like it didn't quite set where she thought it would, but able to lean back and land it in for the Centennial point.
Right on that line.
Cougars with a 6-point lead. Their overpass will send it on their end. Leisure got something behind that shot. Lenz picked it off the block there at Kemper. Leisure, nice little teardrop shot over the block. Back row attack, runs it in to the Addie Kemper block. Johnson was trying to sneak in from the back row, and Kemper all over it for the Centennial block. She has been impressive today. 11-4 Centennial as Workala continues to serve, and that one just kind of rolled off the side of the block there. Number 10, Kylie Fish. Nicely done to craftily get that one around the wall put up by the Cougars. Fish will come out after the nice play. The libero Maya Roeder. Her turn to serve for Andover. Back through by Steinhoff. We'll try again with Deneke, able to land it down. Too hot to handle for the Cougars. 8th kill for Deneke and a point for the Huskies.
That was a well-played ball. That ended up being way outside, hitting the ceiling and then trying to put the ball back up. She did a great job bringing that ball back in.
Oh, tough serve there. How about that one from Roeder? Big one for the Huskies. It's their 3rd service ace. Cougars had 5 service aces. You talked about, Shelley, the serve keeping Andover uncomfortable in that last set. Addie Kemper gets behind that one, and the Cougars are going to finish this game with a couple of double digits.
The way they are able to really sense when the ball is so tight on the net, the hitters are really doing a great job anticipating what the setter is able to do with the ball.
That one into the block. Allie Deneke denied there by a couple of the Cougars, including Chase Manthe, who's done an excellent job with some of those set passes and a very capable right side hitter when she's in the front row. With Mom looking on from the front row. Kemper swinging away. Try again with Leisure. Big up there Kind of clipped off the top of the ceiling. Back row attack, got it through for Johnson. And another try from Addie Kemper. That'll get her to double digits here tonight. Hakey and Kemper, the two middles, having a big day here for Centennial as they are a set away from the state tournament here, now 14-7. Steinhoff serving for the Cougars. And then run into the block by Ava Shaw from the left side. Steinhoff with the flip. And jump back over by Gross. Cougars keep the play alive. Andover swing the free ball over. Overpass. Manthe with the block. And knocks that one down for Centennial.
I'm telling you, when your setter can go up and block, that is a big celebration right there.
As Manthe, a 6-footer, and I mean, a lot of high school teams, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, Shelley, but a lot of high school teams will run the 5 or the 6-2 out of necessity. You have the two setters because you've got a setter that can't play the front row. You get more attacking options.
Right.
I would imagine most teams, if they had a choice, would want to run the 5-1, but that requires you to have a setter like a Chase Manthe who can handle herself up on the front row.
Yeah, depending on your personnel, you know, if you've got a 6-2 offense where the setters are also talented on the outside and they're tall enough to be able to put up the block, it's nice to have that because then you have that cohesiveness and that chemistry that stays on the court. Whatever a coach ends up deciding to do, whether they're running a 6-2 with 8 people and then 9th with the libero, and then they're able to get a few more people in and utilize 10, 12 people. You know, it really depends on the personnel and what each high school has.
Well, Manthe's playing in her 3rd year of varsity here at Centennial. Aubrey Werkala, Elena Hakey have been 2 of her hitters all 3 of those seasons. And Manthe, I mean, she's going ISO right now. Dumps one down for another sneaky dump set. And a point for Centennial. 4-0 Cougar run, and it's 16-7. Manthe's chipped in with 6 kills here tonight. A lot of them like that. Gonna watch that front row setter as Denneke's unable to get to that one. And another point for the Cougars, extending a 4-0 run to 5-0. Back to a 10-point lead. Centennial winning that 11-0 run to break the 10-all tie in the second, so just shy of their largest lead. Smash through, they'll tie it. Addie Kemper continues to have a big day.
Yeah, if you watch, the block is not quite able to press over the net. Middle blocker, she's able to catch that and just ends up draining or just goes straight down on the side for the blockers.
18-7, so Connie Huberty will use her final remaining timeout here for Andover in the 3rd set. Centennial leading at 18-7 here in the West Gymnasium at Centennial High School. Again, here in the Section 7 4A section final alongside Shelley Deegan. I'm Matt Dean, and right now it appears the Cougars are going to be punching their ticket to the state tournament. It will be the 4th trip in school history and the first time since 2022. But Andover, they're just trying to take a set here, get back into this, and pull it a little tighter here in the 3rd. Centennial just looking like a wagon here in section number 7 right now. They are 10-0, the Cougars, against the section this year. This would be their 11th win against another team in the section, including their 2nd over Andover. Leisure able to chop that one off the block. Ooh, off the roof. And a tough break for Andover as it lands in and extends the Centennial run to 7-0.
There's something about home court advantage, especially when you get a ceiling like this. Makes it tough.
Annabelle Steinhoff still serving for the Cougars. Little quick set at the net. Ava Shaw. Nicely done there to Plinko it down off the Centennial block there. See the little quick set there to the
Adipok
middle.
is coming in.
Addie Pash in there in the back row for Centennial now, and right to Pash. Well, they say the ball will find you. You're freshly entered into the game. Addie was ready for it, the senior. Kemper couldn't land that one inbounds, and it will snap the run at 7-zip for Centennial. And now it's back here with Tegan Gross. Another one finds Pash's arms again. She's been up to the task there in the back row. You definitely do not come into a section final expecting you're going to be able to get all your seniors into the game, but that is the luxury that the Cougars have right now, up 20-9. Pash is going to come out as her spot rotates up to the front row. And we're going to have McKenna Manthe come in. There we go, getting all the seniors involved. Kind of serving, and Manthe comes in. Could be her last appearance in a high school uniform. You never know what's going to happen in the state tournament, but Manthe able to lay down there with the service ace. Pretty cool moment. It is her last game in her home gym here tonight. And just drifts over to that back line. Andover will get one back here. 21-10, Cougars have the lead. Allie Deneke, one of several seniors on this Andover team, staring down the end of their season as well, too. Sang the libero, smashed through there up the middle by Leisure. Cougars get organized, jousted through by Lenz. Quick set there from Manthe to Hakey. What a pass, what a swing, and that's been the combination here the last couple of sets after Addie Kemper started us out with a hot first set.
Yeah, Chase Manthe, she's really in a flow with her setting.
He's been outstanding. 35 assists the other night. I'd be surprised if she hasn't broken 30 plus here tonight when we check the official box score later. Deneke will swing the free ball over, up by Steinhoff, rushed along by Manthe, little tip shot there by Aubrey Werkele to get it over. Manthe to Hakey. She goes over the block and lands it in for the Cougars. 23-10.
A little bit
Centennial
of maybe celebrating too early there because they did get that ball, but it was a nice, nice change up there.
Nora Leisure, sophomore, serving here for Centennial. Officials are going to get together, and I think they're just something snapped off, maybe a hair clip or something. Something was on the floor. Good eye there by the
obstruction on the floor. Foreign contaminant.
Serve. Loader with the up on the serve receive.
Got a free ball
dumped over. Manthe looking Werkele. She got behind that one. Aubrey Werkele sends it up into the netting, up in the ceiling. And it'll be match point coming up here for Centennial.
They're calling a replay.
Ooh.
Since it's in the net, and the net.
So hold the phone, it's 23-10. Not yet match point here for Centennial. Nora Leisure got the serve again. You gotta make sure you review the ground rules before a match here in Circle Pines.
Oh, the way that net is, that's got to be pretty rare because that's pretty close to the curtain edge too. The ball had to squeak right through it.
a new entrant into the game. This is Alma Leja, a senior. He's going to get in for Andover, and Hakey is going to just demolish that one through the block for Centennial. And now it is match point Cougars.
Manthi's going back.
Everybody getting on their feet over on that Centennial supporter end as the Cougars are a point away from the state tournament. Chase Manthe, whose mom is the coach here at Centennial for 20 years, and the last coach to take the Cougars to the state tournament. She's the one serving. Manthe setting, punched at by Hakey, stays back at the Cougar end. Swinging it from the right side, Steinhoff pinballs down, and the Cougars know they'll award the point here to Andover.
There we go. Second time they celebrate a little too early.
Look at that. That's the look that says it all from Connie Huberty. A little sly grin over there on the Husky bench. The Cougars.
Oh, you want them to be competitive. You want to stay competitive. You want all out on the court, okay?
They thought it was down. It was a pancake up to keep the season alive for Andover. Werkala smashed it over. Werkala won't have the shot returned, and now the Cougars can celebrate.
Replay. Now they can come out and celebrate.
25-12. Centennial takes it in a sweep. They sweep
impressive,
all 3
really
rounds
impressive
of the section playoffs. They went 11-0 against their section this year, and the best team in this section are on their way to the state tournament. 4th trip in school history for the Cougars, and the first under the head coach Nicole Christensen in her 3rd year since taking the reins here at Centennial. Pretty dominant performance, Shelley, tonight for the Cougars.
Really, really fun team to watch. Really fun team. This smoothness of Manthe's set in the setter spot and being able to put that ball up right the temples at their headers. We're so impressed with the tight passes on the net, her control on that ball, and just how many hitters? How many hitters were in?
6 different. If you count Manthe as a hitter herself, 6 different hitters involved.
Okay, 6 different hitters. Just so impressive when you've got that many weapons on your team. It's going to be exciting seeing their run here now going into the state tournament.
Yeah, they are deep. They're going to make some noise coming up Wednesday at the Grand Casino Arena. State quarterfinals for Class 4A start at 1 p.m. The other 2 played at 3 p.m. We know the Cougars will be playing sometime next Wednesday afternoon down in St. Paul. Who they will play is to be determined. Stick around here on North Metro TV. We've got post-game interviews to follow. We've got the award ceremonies for both the runner-ups and the section champions in Centennial. But before we send it out to that award ceremony, Shelley, this was fun. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for
having me. It was great having some volleyball insight from you.
I always enjoy coming and watching the game. This is my happy place.
That's Shelley Deegan. I'm Matt Dean. We'll let you listen into the award ceremonies and stick around. Remember, we'll be chatting with some of the Cougars here to wrap things up from Circle Pines. Cougars headed to state after a 3-set sweep of Andover.
Number 5, Alma Leja. Number 6, Tegan Gross. Number 7, Kenley Tripp Slattergren. Number 8, Caitlin Eisinger. Number 9, Addison Koppel. Number 10, Kylie Fish. Number 11, Allie Deneke. Number 12, Stella Blake. Number 13, Lily Larson. Number 14, Ava Shaw. Number 15, Finley Mahoney. Number 16, Danica Lenz.
Good job.
Student managers for Andover, Riley Enns. Gigi Landry. Caitlin Dorr. The assistant coach for Andover, Katie Lindgren. And the head coach for Andover, Connie Huberty. Captains, please step forward to accept the Section 7-4A Girls Volleyball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations to the Centennial Cougars as the champion of Section 7-4A. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to accept your medal. Number 1, Denver Hogberg. Number 2, Shay Anderson. Number 3, Susie Meyer. Number 4, Addison Posh. Number 5, Nora Leeser. Number 6, Elena Hakey. Number 7, Alexis Morris. Number 8, Shelby Sibbett. Number 9, Addison Kemper. Number 10, Annabelle Steinhoff. Number 11, Aubrey Workala. Number 12, Ashley Pouliot. Number 13, Lily Sang. Number 14, Chase Manthe. Number 16, Eden Cordemanch. Number 25, McKenna Manthe. Student managers, Sage Privick. Kenzie Munger. Assistant coaches, Brittany Wilson. Leah Skoy. And the head coach for the Cougars, Nicole Christensen. Captains, please step forward to accept the Section 7-4A Girls Volleyball Championship Trophy. State tournament will be held next Wednesday, November 5th at the Grand Casino Arena. The proceedings will come out, I believe, on Sunday. So keep your eyes and ears open. Again, congratulations to the Centennial Cougars, your Section 7 at the 4A champion.
You and me, let's sit and chat and drink coffee. Then maybe we could see if we could be. Oh, 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 you and me, let's get together and make believe we'll share our hearts and share our dreams. Now what do you think about you and me? Maybe we can always be forever you, forever with me. Oh, 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 I bet you're thinking I'm a little too romantic. Oh, but baby, now don't get frantic, 'cause when I love, my loving's gigantic. Oh, and I think that's alright. Let me dream, oh, a girl can dream, and maybe it's not as crazy as it seems. Me loving you, you loving me right back. And now cut me some slack. Oh, 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 oh.
Fourth time in school history, they knock off the Andover Huskies here in a 3-set sweep. We're here with a couple of the standouts for the Cougars, setter Chase Manthe and middle blocker Elena Hakey. Elena, we'll start with you. Tell me about what you're feeling right now. You're the one player that's kind of been to state before, but to do it with this group, with some of your classmates, what's it mean to you?
I mean, it's honestly a surreal feeling, especially coming off of our loss in section finals last year. This group has worked so hard for this moment, and I know that we're just hungry for more, so I'm excited for next week.
You guys swept all three of the opponents you faced in You didn't lose to a section opponent all year, going back to the regular season. What's that say about this team and wanting to kind of, I guess, make a statement, not just get there, but do it in such dominant fashion?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a goal to not drop a set in sections, and we know we're a top-ranked team in the state, and we wanted to prove that. So I think we did just that.
Yeah, number 10 at the end of the regular season. All right, last thing, I'm going to talk to Chase here in a little bit. She was outstanding, like Tuesday night. Tonight, what did you like about her? You guys get a lot of hitters involved, and Chase is a big part of that.
I think Chase has been such a leader for us, especially during this playoff time. She's running our offense, getting everyone involved, and she's just such a vital part to our team.
All right, thank you, Elena. All right, Chase Manthe, the setter here tonight for Centennial. Chase, tell me about this, going to the state tournament. What are you feeling right now?
It's a dream. I've always wanted to. Like, this is like the team I wanted to go with. I'm beyond proud of everyone, and I've been in this gym since I was younger, and just doing it myself is a dream.
You were a freshman. You were kind of, you were in the program when this team went to state last time. The last year, your mom was the head coach. What's it special doing it this year with like this senior class and your upperclassmen group going this season? What's been special about this group?
I think we all want it really bad. Like last year we lost and it was hard for us, but this year we just worked really hard because it's what we wanted and we got what we wanted. It was a dream for us.
All right, what are you looking forward to in St. Paul? You guys are going to play Wednesday afternoon sometime. What do you think it's going to be like going out there? Grand Casino Arena, what it's called now, but what's it going to feel like?
I think it's going to be crazy. I think we're going to have a big student section. I think we're going to play good under the pressure, and I think we're going to do good.
All right, good luck, guys. Thank you. Have fun celebrating with your teammates. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, we're also here with the third-year head coach of the Cougars, Nicole Christensen. We heard from a couple of your players, Nicole, but tell me about to you as a coach to come in, take over the program a few years ago. They had just come off of a state tournament trip when you came in. Now you got them back there. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, when I took over, we had one returner, and so we knew that a plan had to be in place, and we created a 3-year plan to actually be in this moment. Most of them have been on this team for 3 years, if not 2 years, and majority were here a year ago when we didn't win this game. So we had a plan set in place for about a year, and we're glad we really capitalized this stretch and sections.
A couple of your players that have been here for all 3 of those years. How big is it to have a setter like Chase Manthe and the chemistry she's been able to build really the last 3 years leading up to this with Elena, with all your other returning varsity players?
it's amazing to have a setter that can do everything. You don't see a lot of 6-foot setters that are left-handed in the state right now, so we practice daily to make her better, and she's willing to get better. Elena helps raise our standard as well, so everyone is pushing everyone, and we hope to do that for the next few practices as well and become even better.
All right, you guys swept every round of the section playoffs, 9 for 9. I know you got, as a head coach though, you've got to look with a fine-tooth comb. What are the things you guys got to work on? What are the things you want to take your game up to another level when you guys are playing at state next week?
Yeah, I want to, number one, continue our energy. I think that's been a big thing we've worked on this postseason. Also, just our defense. We have a lot of long-legged people in the back row, and if we can get a little bit faster and use that leverage, we're just going to look even bigger. So just our defense. Clearly, we're an offensive team, and I think we can still have fun with that, but we're going to clean up a few things and, again, capitalize on what we have on our court.
All right, again, Nicole Christensen, third-year head coach of the Cougars. Appreciate your time, and good luck next week. Sometime Wednesday afternoon, you guys are going to be ready to go. Have fun.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, again, Matt Dean here, and we want to thank our entire North Metro TV crew, led by Kenton Kipp in the truck. We're signing out here from Circle Pines. The Cougars headed to the state tournament for the 4th time in school history. They finish off the sweep of the Andover Huskies.